We welcome you to Seabury Center and Roland Weir Whaley Court on the campus of Berea College for Saturday afternoon tilt between LaGrange College, the Panthers, and Berea College, the Mountaineers. LaGrange got an impressive win last night, down in Maryville, Tennessee, over Maryville University by a final score of 88-84. Tough loss for Berea. They had to go double overtime, come from 10 down in the last 10 minutes, but ended up losing the game in double OT to Belhaven University. The final score in that one was Belhaven 82 and Berea College 80. Berea did not shoot well in that game, just 30.5%. and hit just 6 of 36 threes. And this is a team of Berea that relies on the three-point shot at times, and they just weren't falling last night after they came off a road win over Campbellsville Harrodsburg in the last non-conference game, where they hit 14 out of 28 from three. Meanwhile, LaGrange College didn't do what they have done all year long. They still come in shooting 28.3% from three on the year, but they were in fuego last night when they needed it to hold on for the victory on the road against Maryville, as they were able to knock them down when they needed it and get the victory. They hit 43% from three, and for the game overall from the field, 62.7%. On the year, LaGrange is shooting 46.6. First year for both of these teams in this new conference, the Collegiate Conference of the South, and it's split off from the USA South Conference. Last year, LaGrange College won the USA South Conference West Division title, went 16-11 and 10-2. Berea already has, under their first-year head coach Austin Newton, more wins this year than they did last year. These two teams played twice last year in their old conference, and they were both wins tight here in Berea, as it was an 87-83 win for LaGrange. They had 11 ties, 15 lead switches in that game, and it was Kyle Brown that led them. He is no longer on the team, graduated, 21 points and 10 rebounds. Trey Mitter, who is back as a third-year sophomore for BC, led Berea in the comeback loss with 30 points. It wasn't as good for Berea on the road in LaGrange, Georgia, as the LaGrange coach got his 150th win in that game, and LaGrange won 85-66. They blew out Berea in LaGrange, a whole lot closer when these two teams met on this court. Let's meet the starting lineups before tip. At one guard for LaGrange College, the Panthers will send 6-foot junior Cameron Lyons onto the court. 14.1 average, tied for second on the team. Second leading three-point shooter at 38.7%, second in both assists and turnovers. He's had 11 double-figure games. Also a guard, Gabe Cofield, 6'3", 185 junior from LaGrange, Georgia. Played at Troup County High School. He averages 4.8 rebounds, second on the team. Second in steals with 17. Third guard is their leading scorer on the year, Burchard Edwards, 16.6 a game, had 18 on this court in the narrow win last year. 6'1", fifth-year senior from Lehigh Acres, Florida. He is their third make-it leading rebounder, and he has a 71 assist season going, 5.1 assists per game, 260 in his career. One forward, Kyle Smith, Titusville, Florida, 6'6" sophomore, coming off his best game as a Panther. He had 23 in the win over Maryville, 7 of 10 from the field, 5 of 7 from three, and 4 of 6 from the foul line. And finally, the other forward is Zach Hill, tied for second in scoring. Hill at a 6'4" senior from Sonoa, Georgia, East Coweta High School, 14.1 points, team leading 5.9 rebounds, shoots over 60%. No change in Austin Newton's Mountaineer lineup today. The two stars are Isaac Cottle and Trey Mitter. Mitter averages 23.6. That's 11th best in Division III basketball. Not bad when you have 403 teams. Multiply that by a roster of 15, and you can see the kind of production Mitter can put up. He had 30, as we said earlier in the game here in Berea last year in the loss, 17 in the loss down in LaGrange. Isaac Connell is the other big scorer, 15.3 a game. He's the senior. He's the leader out of Blackie, Kentucky, not County Central, and he leads the team at 7.9 rebounds. They'll go with Marquez Mackey at the other guard, along with Jarrell Montgomery down on the post. Tyler Boggs, he had a team-leading 7 rebounds in the loss in LaGrange. The Tangerine basketball in the hands of the official. Berea in the blue, LaGrange in the white. Boggs wins the tip, and we're underway in Division III basketball from the Seabury Center here in Berea, Kentucky. Glad to have you along here on the Berea College Sports Network on YouTube. This is Mackey moving right into the lane, backing down, turning from 8, and Berea opens the scoring account with Mackey. Mackey averages 6.3. Again, Berea had a hot shooting night in their last non-conference game. Road win. Point drop zone here, 3-2 look for Berea. Used it down the stretch as they came from behind to force overtime. They were on the precipice of winning in the first overtime. Couldn't close it out. A 3 for the lead, off the wing, good by Gabe Cofield. He's just a 27% shooter out there. And now 5 of 9 in 3 games against Berea over the last 2 years. Now Berea plays from 1 down. Mackey will open the scoring in the lane. Montgomery had a tough shooting night last night in the double OT loss. He'll try to turn it around today, and boy, that's what he wanted to see. Jarrell Montgomery last night just 1.0 for 6 from the field. His 1 point came from the foul line. 4-3 BC. LaGrange College working into the lane. Skip pass by Lions. Bring it up top high right to their leading scorer on the year, Edwards. Edwards directs traffic. No look looping pass. Deep right corner, Cofield. Back to Edwards for the 3. Front rim no good, and Cottle got knocked down. I believe they're going to call this on Hill, and they do. Zach Hill tossed Cottle to the floor. 4-3 BC. As we are underway at Roland Weir-Willey Gymnasium, and we are glad you are with us. High right with the basketball, and coming around left side. Nothing there, and falling down, losing it, Minter. Minter, the leading scorer for Berea. Turnover there, extra share. This is Edwards, jump stopping to the lane, flipping it to the baseline to Smith. His shot no good. Smith coming off a career-high night the other night. Last night, matter of fact, when he had 23. Mackey back out Montgomery. They don't guard him, back to Mackey. Uncontested 3 rattles out, poked long into the hands of Minter. He'll rise into a 3 and swish the cord. 7-3 BC. They've scored 5 in a row as Minter hits the 3. 27% career shooter. 16 away now on the scoring charts from becoming another Mountaineer in that 1,000 point and beyond club. Cottle already there. Down on the baseline right is Hill. Back up top to Lyons. And tripped up, and then a block by Cottle after Edwards lost it. Hill got it, and it'll be last touch by Berea in the scramble for the leather off Jarrell Montgomery. (17-16) first half, 7-3 BC. Into the lane comes Edwards, a little short on a 10-footer. Rebound falls into the hands of Jarrell Montgomery for the blue-clad Mountaineers. Montgomery to the foul line, crossover dribble, bank, miss, tip the rebound to Boggs. He rarely shoots, but he does this time on the putback. And Boggs makes it a 7-0 BC run, and the Mountaineers 9-3 lead. Extra share up Smith, the round high to Lyons, back to Smith, back to Lyons, pitch and catch against the 3-2 zone. Into the lane, tipped away, but Smith saves it off the hands of Hill, who lost the handle. Up to the elbow, and the shot no good from 15 Lions. Rebound Cottle, leading rebounder on the team. Here comes Minter. Minter gets a good screen, pick and roll to Boggs, who's bumped, puts it up, won't go. He'll have to earn him from the line, where he is 0 for 7 on the year. That was a nice bounce pass. The bump foul on Cofield, Gabe Cofield. This is a team in LaGrange that has fouled out of a whopping 10 times this year collectively. So they are a high foul team, averaging 18.5 a game. And the first foul shot of the year for Tyler Boggs, and only his 8th attempt, goes in. Work study here, of course, at Berea College, the labor program. He's a campus Christian center office assistant. Get in his hours. No admission here. You do work study, and well known, Berea College, for that. 11-3 BC. They have scored 9 unanswered since falling down 3-2. Come out on fire today. Oh, nice pass across the ball, partially blocked on the dunk attempt by Cofield, but they got it back into the corner to Smith as it reeled back to him to stop the 9-0 BC run. Beautiful block there. I believe, if I spotted it right, it was by Mackey. 11-5 BC. At the foul line, Boggs back to the basket. Over to Mitter. Had Cottle open for a moment. Now he bounces it to him. Cottle backing down, a smaller defender, turning from 10. Nope. Rebound Hill. Hill averages a team leading 5.9. Now Lyons, the point guard, over to Edwards, who is their leading scorer. Got a wing shooter from the left side. Draining his second 3 of the day is Gabe Cofield. And after BC scored 9 in a row, LaGrange has answered with 5 in a row. And it's a one-possession game, 11-8 Mountaineers. 15-15 first half. Baseline Montgomery muscling to the lane line. Throws it way out high to Mackey. His 3 no good. Touched out by Boggs. Timeout. We're underway. 15:07 in the first half. It is 11-8 Berea over LaGrange. Berea scored 9 in a row, come from 3-2 down to 11-3 up by 8. Last 5 have been scored by LaGrange, and the Panthers have the basketball 5 minutes in, 1/8 of the way played. It was a 2 overtime loss on their home court, Berea, last night, and a throw over the defense for a down low posting and waiting Smith. Kyle Smith has 4, again coming off his career high last night down in Tennessee. And a 7-0 answer to a 9-0 run by Berea. Almost thrown away, saving the day near side in front of the scoring table, Montgomery. Montgomery into the lane, twisting, turning, nothing there. Clears out to Mackey and gets out of the 3 zone. Mackey flings one up from 12, and number 12 in blue misses. So Berea, after a hot start, now 4 of 10. Missed their last 5. For the lead, twisting in the lane, turning 7-footer will not go for Zach Hill. Yet to score, here comes Mitter. Mitter who hit a 3, drives through 2 into the lane. Nice power move, he's so good at driving. And Mitter patient to find his shot, and it's 13-10 Berea. Baseline right, nothing there, Cofield. Up top, now skip it left side. 3 is up, 3 no good. Out of the left corner by Hill. Defensive rebound for BC. Berea has out-rebounded LaGrange by 1. Leads the game 13-10. Had 2 lead switches in this one early. Around the perimeter, nice backdoor cut, but the bounce pass a little off target. Tended Cottle, stolen. Edwards shifts it off on an underhand scoop on the 2-on-1, and Smith with 6. Well, that was a nice decision by Edwards. Comes into this game, 21st in Division III in the nation, over 400 teams in assists. And there's his 72nd of the year. Berea's lead at 1 into the lane, turning. Mackey had it tipped out of his hands, almost lost it himself. 13:07 in the game, half one. 13-12 Berea into the BC lineup as Mackey and Boggs leave. Our freshman Andrew Jones from Somerset, Kentucky. And the other player in had a pretty good game last night, Anthony Ham. Got it right into Cottle, and he slaps his hands together, missing the three. Chance to get their second lead of the day. Jump stopping to the lane is Edwards. Got it back to the shooter who couldn't hit it straight away. Missed by Cofield. He's hit 2 threes. Oh, great no-look pass. And the foul by Montgomery as he had to defend the beautiful pass and the shot. Montgomery, who fouled out of the game last night, his second disqualification of the year, picks up Berea's first, compared to 2 on LaGrange. Chance to tie here and then go ahead if he hits the first. First one is no good. Will stay 13-12 Berea. One more here for Zach Hill. Not the best of foul shooters on a team that shoots 70.3%. Hill averages 58.7, just 55.5 in his career in game number 61. Out of Sanoa, Georgia, East Coweta High School. Second one good, and we're not into the baker's dozen. That's our first tie. Berea was up 2-0. LaGrange hit the three, go up 3-2. Berea scored 9 in a row. LaGrange came back with 7 in a row. 2 lead switches, 1 tie. Right wing Ham strides his way into a three and misses. Berea has gone cold here after an early start. They're now 5 of 12. Came out of the gates red hot, but not of late. Tied at 13, new player in Scott finds a shooter in the corner, and Smith having a great road trip. He's up to 9, and it's 16-13 LaGrange, and they've scored 6 more in a row. Since they were down in this game, 11-3, they've gone on a 13-2 run. In the corner, Jones needed an answer, can't get it. Ball tipped by a teammate, Cottle, into the hands of another new player in for Berea. Spinning away from the defense is Riley. Riley hit the shot running down the left side. Hit it from about 8. That stops the 13-2 run, and LaGrange's lead diminishes to 1. 16-15. It's 15 and wide. Edwards throws it to Smith. Smith got that man bun on top of his head. Turns around and couldn't put that one in. Riley battling. Rebound pulled down. Scott instead. Scott clears it out. Smith. Extra share Edwards. Edwards over to the point guard. Lyons drives. Elbows. Finds the shooter who splashes it down. And Brody Scott. That is the 4th three-pointer hit collectively by the Panthers today. And they lead 19-15. Their biggest lead of the day after being down early by 8. Ham tried to dribble and dribbled into a turnover. And then the outlet, Smith threw it over the head of the intended receiver, but over his head, Scott saves it into Smith. They get around Minter, whose defense wasn't solid enough there, and Edwards put it in for his first 2. And Berea, after a promising start to lead 11-3, is now down by 6, 21-15, and head coach Austin Newton will call a timeout as LaGrange has come to the front by a half dozen, and you're watching it here on the Berea College Sports Network. Timeout to Austin Newton. His team has been outscored 18-4 after they built an 11-3 lead. They opened 4 of 6 from the field. They've gone 2 of 8 since. Kyle Smith is 4 of his last 5 from the field. See what they do out of the timeout here to try to cut this 6-point deficit. Find Jones for a deep shot, no good on 3. Berea now 1 of 8 on 3-pointers. And they've missed 7 of their last 9, but the defense closes down as they drive near left block and force a walking turnover. Well, when you go cold and you're 1 of 8 from 3 like you were last night. Again, the last road game, Berea from the field 14 of 28 on 3-pointers. But last night only hit 6. Jones, handoff Montgomery, tries to find the split. They find Minter instead. His 3 dancing off the rim, kissing the glass and going down. Stayed in play there, and the 6-point lead cut in half. But inside, they find an opening. Cottle didn't get help. He coaches his teammates as they brought the new player into the game in Cooper Dolhanchik. And Dolhanchik was found by a teammate off the right wing, and it's back to a 5-point game, and Cottle with the foul. Cottle, the heart and soul, the leader of this team, married back in May. Student teaching at middle school here in the Berea, Kentucky area. So the traditional 3-point play there by the newest player in the game, Dolhanchik, and it's back to a 6-point lead. Jones knifes his way to the goal. His shot no good, but Dolhanchik, who was fouled on the other end, picks up his first foul. Dolhanchik fouled out of the narrow win in the upset of Maryville last night. And here is Jones to the line. 69% shooter out of Southwestern High School in Pulaski County, Kentucky. And he didn't hit the rim at all, just nestled the net below the rim. Left it way short. Berea 7 of 16 from the field. 2 of 9 on threes. And both of them have been made by their leading scorer of the year, Minter. One more here. And this one is good by Jones for his first point. He averages 7 a game. 24-19 LaGrange. They answered an 11-3 Berea beginning and 9 in a row by the Mounties with an 18-4 run of their own, including 7 and 6 unanswered spurts. Point guard Lyons spins away from the defender who's just come in, and Jalen Black. Now they go to Dolhanchik. He almost lost it, but they saved it. Lyon to the right side of the foul line, no good. Digging out a defensive rebound, Mackey. But the Panthers get back. Little leave off for Montgomery. And his shot will bounce in. Nice give by Mackey. 24-21. LaGrange's lead back down to 3. 9 minutes to play. Coalfield finds an opening. Right side of the lane from 12, no. Rebound Montgomery, runs it up to Mackey. Mackey floats, fires, banks, misses. Rebound Boggs, who's just returned to the lineup. Cottle loves his teammates' work on the boards for the offensive glass. Cottle's a coach on the floor. Education major, as we said, student teaches 8th grade math and plays basketball as well. 24-21, LC ahead of BC. And a foul shot good by Boggs. By the way, that foul on Hill, their second leading scorer on the team, and his second foul. He has fouled out of 4 games this year, most on the team, 7 in his career. Now, how about Boggs? He had been 0 for 7 from the foul line this year. He's jinxed him. He is 3 of 4 as he hit his first 3 today. 24-22, LaGrange. Top of the key, one hand back to the shooter. And off the wing, Cofield, no good on the Scott Gibb, but he got his own miss. They have brought another new player in, Pettigrew, and he draws the foul off the offensive rebound, working outside the lane left. And it looks like the knockdown foul was on the Mountaineer who had just come into the game, Kevion Hudson. Hudson missed the first semester leave of absence. Back in school and back on the team. Playing in his 42nd game, averages 10.4 in his career. He's out of Wagner High School in Louisville. Boggs out. Back in for him, 6'4" Jones. Austin Newton, when he has time, as both foul shots no good, or just one of the two is good by Pettigrew. He'll play offensive, defensive substitutions. This is Black. The pass was hot to him, and he got bailed out as he gets hacked on the arm. That was a really fast pass from the half-court line from Kevion Hudson to Black. Hudson, a junior, Black, a freshman, out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Stranahan High School. Down 3, Berea, 25-22, attacking goal left in their blue uniforms. This is Montgomery inside to Jones. Extra share corner to Hudson. Around left now, Montgomery, 4 to shoot. He knows it, tipped away, and Black's got a fling it at the buzzer, and the shot was after the shot clock expired. No problem there for Hudson. He did the best he could. And at 7:57, turnover Berea. LaGrange will have the ball when we resume. 25-22. Panthers on the road trying to go road sweep. Open play here in their new conference against Berea College. One thing that has helped LaGrange today is they lead 25-22. They haven't had many empty possessions, just one turnover. They've had 7 assists. Berea, 4 turnovers, just 2 assists. But in points off turnovers, ironically, Berea leads that category. 4 points to 3, rebounds equal at 12. 41% shooting LaGrange, 44% Berea, but LaGrange 4 of 8, 50% from 3, 2 of 9 for Berea. Good spinning move in the lane, drew the foul shot, hanging on the front of the rim for Dolhanchik, but it won't go in for the Peachtree, Georgia junior. Called the foul on Cottle, his second foul. So you got to watch your second leading scorer in foul trouble here at 7:42 as Dolhanchik leaves the first foul shot short. Already 2 fouls on Hill, the second leading scorer, tied for second leading scorer on LaGrange College, and same scenario for Berea's second leading scorer in Cottle, who's replaced now. Riley has come back in, and both foul shots no good. Chance to get it within 1, twisting into the lane. Riley, a shot no good, and the defensive rebound by Pettigrew. Isaac Pettigrew from Lincoln, Nebraska. Hometown of one of the best Division III teams in Nebraska Wesleyan in this division. Skip into the left side corner to Dolhanchik. He muscles his way in, finds Pettigrew, steps to the glass and threw it way too hard off the goal. And it was last touched as both teams leaping and fighting for the rebound. Last touched by a Panther. We stay with 7:07 to go in the first half. LaGrange 25, Berea 22. Neither of the star scorers have heated up today. Miller with 5 and Edwards with 2. This is Hudson coming to the left elbow. Top to the shooter, Jones left it way short, but running down the rebound, Mackey. Over to Hudson. Hudson surveying, backing it away. Hudson, chest pass right, Jones. 10 on the shot clock. Now Minner, you know he's going to go to the hole. Instead, he'll pull up for a three and got it partially blocked. Flip it out for the man who blocked it. Scott, the forecourt, drives around Jones, who came out and committed and then got blown by. Scott has 5. That was a good drive to the goal. He saw the path. Their biggest lead at 6. It's at 5 now. Nice crossover, Minner. And sliding under, never got his position set. He saw Minner coming. Tried to get there and slammed the door shut, but Pettigrew failed to do it. His first on the players we said earlier from Lincoln, Nebraska, played at Hartgrove High School. Minner to the line for 2. Minner second in the country in field goal attempts, 4th in field goal makes. And he misses the foul shot. Minner, a 78% foul shooter in his career. 84-9 this year, 65th in the country, but he missed it there. We stay 27-22 for now. Minner looks for .6 and collects. Minner's had as many as 43 points in a game. That came against Huntington College last year. Berea within 4, playing defense, go right in front of their bench. Got it back to Scott. He drives all the way to hoops twice. Then nobody has stopped Scott from going to the rim. Back to their biggest lead of 6 at 29-23. It's the clock. It's worked its way under 6 minutes in the first 20. Berea College women beat LaGrange easily earlier today in this women's men's doubleheader. They go backdoor cut. Nice catch by Minner. The second block on him. Austin Newton wanted a foul. Good transition defense interruption at half court there, as you saw it by number 14, Jarrell Montgomery. Minner wanted a foul, didn't get it from the officiating crew. Black will come back in for BC. He'll give Minner a rest on the bench. Again, we said Minner, the second most field goal attempts of anybody in Division II. He averages 15.4 a game. Dangerous pass. Jones went for the steal, didn't get it. Charging in is Dolhanchik. Finds that good shooter out of the corner who's hit 2 threes, but he's missed his last 2. Coalfield. Alley-oop and the layup. Pretty pass there by Riley. And following, running the other way, perfect transition to Ham. 29-25, LaGrange powering to the goal. Shot partially blocked. We got a charge inside the melee there, waiting to take the charge just outside the restricted area. Good defense by Jalen Black off the ball, giving up his body. Not bad for the 5'9" freshman there. Point guard checking back in, junior Cameron Lyons, Peachtree, Georgia. Foul on Dolhanchik, and he's already picked up 3. So 3 on him, 2 on Hill. And Berea gets a cutter to the goal, and the layup by Riley, and it's down to a 2-point game. 29-27, LaGrange, 4:47. First half, starter Lyons drives, finds space, throws it out, left wing, deep 3, good by Scott. Scott coming off the bench, averaging 7.2, 2 threes, 2 field goals for a total of 10. Well, Scott off the bench and starter Smith. The guys with their last name starting with S have been really good today. Here's a follow-away 15-footer for Riley, who has 6 off the bench of BC, 1 over his average. 32-29, LaGrange. Here come the Panthers. High-pace game. Spinning players, wheeling him, trying to get open. Nobody there, so Edwards driving. Got around Ham, finds a shot. The angle good enough. The bank, little algebra there. Geometry, I guess, and he banked it in. That was a beautiful play by Edwards. Their leading scorer in the year at 16.6. He has 4. Back up by 5. Go the Panthers against the Mountaineers. Here's Jones at 3. He drains it off the left wing for his first field goal, 4th point. 34-32, Berea within 2. Berea's biggest lead has been 8. Steal by Black. Trying to run up in front, checking back his Lions. And Black tried to cross over and got out of kilter there on the Euro step. Probably in retrospect would have liked to have pulled it back. That was good defense after the steal by Black. Lions trying to find a shot. His shot partially blocked. And a rebound by Riley. Good minutes off the bench for Riley. Good minutes off the bench for Dolhanchik, but in foul trouble. Same story for Scott for the Panthers. Back to the basket, Riley now spinning in on Smith, the starter back in. Riley pumps it up to tie it at 34 on a short shot. Riley using the 6'3" frame, and we're tied 64. Second tie, we've had 3 lead switches. 2:45 first half. Stop and go dribble Edwards, spinning on Jones. Jones finds space from 12. Ball dancing off the rim. Jones the rebound. He got a hammer from Smith. No whistle, play on. Here comes Black across the dividing line. Berea looking to retake a lead they had early on a 9-0 run, and then lost it as they got outscored 18-4, but recovered. Black, the freshman, scoops it to Jones from 22. Count it. Black playing well, assisting his teammate. Got to love your brother in this game. 7 for Jones. And Berea leads 37-34, but in transition, BC gets burned. And the score by Edwards, who has 6, and it's 37-36. Back in fourth we go. Berea had been down 34-29 and scored 8 unanswered. So Berea today has had a 9-0 and an 8-0 run. LaGrange has had 7-0 and 6-0 runs. The biggest lead for Berea has been 8 at 11-3 on multiple occasions. The biggest lead for LaGrange has been 6. Clock arrested with the bench time out at 2 minutes, 6 seconds of the first half. Berea 37 and LaGrange College 36. LaGrange, 22nd year of Division III, 9 winning seasons, 9 losing seasons, 3 seasons of 500. Won the USA South Conference West Division last year, beat Berea twice, ended 16-11, 10-2 in the conference. Both of these teams part of that amicable split away from the old conference and into the Collegiate Conference of the South from USA South. So, all private schools, faith-based. 151 miles, the closest opponent for Berea. The farthest, 622 miles away. Both of these teams played last night. Win at Maryville for LaGrange to get a great start for their veteran head coach Kendall Wallace in his 12th year. Austin Newton in his first year at Berea College. Tough double overtime loss where they fought back. Got it to OT. Looked like they were going to win it in the first overtime. Couldn't get it done. Lost it in the second OT. Had a shot to win it. Wouldn't go down. Berea by 1. Zone out of the timeout. Point drop zone it appears for LaGrange. 7 on the shot clock. Montgomery knifing his way down the lane left. Twisting for the right-handed bank shot for Montgomery, who has 4. Hadn't had a field goal at all last night. Berea an 8-0 run and 10 of the last 12 in the game. They lead by 3. Minute 22 to go. Jones trying to stay in front of the driver in Hill, and he armbarred him. They have made a dangerous substitution here. Understand it because he's a smart player. But Caudle played D there. Now he's actually got him in for offense, and then he had to play some defense, and now they take him out of the game. First foul on Jones. He's got 2 fouls. Dolhanchik has 3 and Hill 2, and Hill's playing right now for LaGrange. Shot clock at 9, game clock at 1:06. Lions driving in, threw a wild pass, battle for the ball, threw it off the body of Boggs. But the shot clock runs out. So both teams have had a shot clock violation for a turnover. That is the 3rd turnover of the day. Make it the 4th turnover of the day on LaGrange to equal the number by Berea. Berea has come from 6 down to lead by 3 with the basketball. 21 on the shot ticker, 48 on the game clock. Been a competitive game all the way with 3 lead switches and 2 ties. Now Black has been big off the bench. Hands it off to Ham. They got it over to Jones. 7 to shoot. Leaves his feet. Finds Black. He wears 3 on his jersey, can't put 3 in the scorebook. Shot clock about a half second ahead of the game clock, so we'll call the game clock for you. It's at 22 seconds, first half, 39-36 Berea. Both of these teams will be weary in the second half after tough games last night. Stepping into a 3 to tie it and rattling it home for his first points is Cameron Lyons. 6 seconds to go, tied at 39. Jones got it off over to the left to Ham, and he just had to fling one up, and we've settled absolutely nothing in the first 20 minutes. Berea College 39, LaGrange College 39, in a game that's had this kind of flow. BC got a field goal to open. LaGrange hit a 3 to take the lead, 3-2. Berea then rattled off 9 in a row to go up 11-3, led by 8. Then things went haywire for Berea, and LaGrange got their offensive engine going. They scored 7 and 6 in a row in spurts, part of an 18-4 run, and all of a sudden, from 11-3 down, they were ahead in this game in a big way by 6. But Berea fought back, scored 8 in a row, went up 37-34, and by intermission, were tied at 39. Here's what's even more interesting than this game being 39-39. Both teams, 15 of 31 from the field, identical at 46.9%. Unfortunately, I can't tell you they're identical from three-point range, but the numbers still work out to 39 all. 4 of 11, make it 6 of 11 from 3 for the Panthers. For Berea, 4 of 15. So Berea has been outscored by 6 from three-point range, but from the foul line, Berea is 5 of 8. Meanwhile, 3 of 7 for LaGrange. 18 rebounds, both teams, the same number of rebounds as well, the same number of turnovers. We've got an identical twin statistically at halftime, tied at 39. We'll give you all the numbers when we come back about 2 minutes from the start of the second half. Berea College and LaGrange College doing battle here on the Berea College Sports Network. We welcome you back to the Roland Ware-Willie Court, the Seabury Center, Berea, Kentucky, where Berea College and LaGrange College are tied at 39. The Panthers and the Mountaineers, as we said, heading into halftime, almost identical twins statistically. Same points, both 15 of 32 from the field. Little different in how they got there. Berea is 5 of 8 from the foul line, 2 better than the 3 of 7 shooting for LaGrange. And Berea's better from 2, 11 of 17 on 2-point shots, just 4 of 15 on 3-point shots, sitting at 26.7%. LaGrange, who came in shooting not that well on the year at 28% from 3, but had a 43% game in the upset of Maryville last night, and they're coming out tonight, and or this afternoon, I should say, 6 of 11, 54.5%. Rebounds are equal at 18, 9-7 assist advantage LaGrange. Both teams with 4 turnovers. 7 fouls on LaGrange, 5 on Berea. Foul trouble, here's where you are. 2 fouls on Isaac Cottle, second leading scorer, 18.3 a game, 0 at halftime. On the other side, already 2 fouls on Hill. Zach Hill, one of their 2 scorers, second on the team at 14.1. He has just 1 point at halftime. Their leading scorer, Burchard Edwards, has only 6. He enters averaging 16.6. He does have a team leading 4 assists. So what's going on here? Guys coming off the bench for both teams have produced. Now, Kyle Smith, who started 7 games, today was his 8th, was a starter today. He has 9 points. But the guy he's replaced at times, in Brody Scott, has come off the bench today and scored 10 points, and he's 4 of 4 from the field, 2 of them 3-pointers. Same story for Austin Newton's Mountaineers. They've gotten Andrew Jones, the 6'4 freshman, off the bench with 7. He's hit 2 threes, 1 of 2 from the foul line, 2 of 5 on his 3-point attempts. Also, Jalen Black, no points, but 3 assists. And as well off the bench, Bryce Riley with 8 points on 4 of 5 shooting. Back to the starters for both teams. We start the second half. In the white uniforms are the Panthers from LaGrange, Georgia. LaGrange College. Smith, good shooter from outside, trying to open the second half with a trifecta. Couldn't get it done. And they are now 50%. Good spinning move to the goal for the lead on Mackey's 4th point of the day. The other way, transition shot miss, follow his own miss as he got all the way to the rim. Cofield has 8. Transition defense breaking down there. So LaGrange able to move it down court. We've had 4 ties in this ball game. 41 all. Good fake high, go low, reverse, and miss the bunny. Got all the way to the cup, and Montgomery couldn't complete. Quickly to the foul line. Good look at a 15-footer, will not fall for the man wearing number 15, Burchard Edwards. Their leading scorer on the year sits at 6. Here's Minner, Berea College's leading scorer. Cottle, that's scored today. Driving Montgomery to the cup, and he'll lay it in. Good straight line drive off the right wing. 43-41 BC. Cofield with 8 today. Up high left to Lyons. Found Edwards in the corner. The 3 for the lead will not go. And Cottle, the leading rebounder for Berea at 7.9 of the year, gets his 5th of the day. And that leads BC. Mountaineers by 2. Cottle skipped past deep near corner. Here comes Mackey to the rim and the scoop and the score. 6 for Mackey for this half. 45-41 Berea. Baseline left, cut off Hill. Kicks it out high. Over Miller they go to Edwards. On the pass from Cofield, got it inside of the lay-in for Smith. That's 11 for him, his 8th double-figure game of the year. And he had 23 last night in the win over Maryville. 2-point Berea lead, just past 2 minutes played in the second half. Cottle bounces it left flat, Boggs right back to Cottle. He's going to get going sooner or later. Will this start his engine? Nope, missed the 3. He's 0 for 3 today. Rebound cleared, Lions. Up forecourt, Edwards. Skip it down low on a looping pass to Hill. Turning, bumping, shooting, missing. Follow tip, no, but a Berea player knocked down the offensive rebounding Cofield. See if he was in the act of shooting here. The answer is he was. First foul of the second half on either team. And it's on Mackey as first of the day. Here is Gabe Cofield from LaGrange, Georgia, Troup County High School, knocking it in. He has 9. Gets this one, he'll have double figures for the third game in a row and the 6th time this year. Had 13 last night, 11 in the loss to Oglethorpe. They've beaten Swanee 81-75, lost to them, though, in overtime as well. This game is now tied. Had wins over Birmingham Southern 2 times, lost to number 21 Emory 86-68. You're good when you're 403 teams in Division III. If you're in the top 25, you're really good. Cottle's still trying to find a point. Good turning 13-footer. Could knock it down. He's 0 for 4. We're tied at 45 at our 5th tie. This is Smith. Smith holding. He's had a good road trip coming off a 23-point game. Tried to throw it through the lane to him. Ball on the court. Big scramble. Berea will have the possession arrow on the tie-up there. As Boggs went down to the court, good sportsmanship there by Cofield to help another Mountaineer up. Austin Newton in year 1, former Eastern Kentucky University player. Part of that 2005 Eastern Kentucky team that went to the NCAA tournament, lost a close game in Indianapolis to Kentucky in a walk as he turned into a double team. Picked up the pivot foot, Marquess Mackey out of Lexington Henry Clay, the business major. 5th turnover on BC. Both teams have made 5 turnovers at a 45 game with 16:34 to go. Newton watching his team play defense now, standing, arms crossed. Smith, high left, point guard Cameron Lyons. Back to Edwards, very patient here against the Berea zone. And the ball deflected out of bounds, long arms Boggs. He hoped he had hit it off the body of a Panther, didn't get it. One guy on the end of the bench who has played today and led them with 10 points. Scott goes to retrieve the ball for the official. Scott will get in the game here pretty soon, you know that. They're going to change the player to trigger the inbounds, and Lions with 8 on the shot clock. They have brought in Parker Gonzalez for the first time, and a bad inbounds pass. Great steal by Montgomery. 2-on-2. They shut the door on him to the trailer. Mackey, 3 air ball turned into a pass, and Gonzalez pushed Boggs. So for the first time into the game, didn't play in the first half, 6'6" freshman from Johns Creek, Georgia. Patrick Gonzalez, his first. This will be an out-of-bound play, triggered in to Mackey by Minter. Mackey trying to find an 8-footer, no good. He had an open Minter in the corner. Boggs rebound. Now they get it to Minter, and he missed it. Offensive rebound fight, couldn't get it away from Lions. Here we come the other way. Berea has numbers back defensively. Smith, Cottle gives him a little cushion. Near steal Mackey as they retrieve it up top to Cofield. 45-45. Both teams have had big runs in the first half. Edwards finding a shot, and he cannot get him to go today. Edwards now 3 of 10 from the field. Their leading scorer in the year, entering at 47.5% shooter. Jones next break for BC. We're at the under 16, still playing on at 15-20. Good move inside and then wrapped it around and threw it too hard off the backboard. Mackey. Berea unable to complete 2 or 3 times here of late. They will bring Hammond at the next break. For the lead, will not fall. Off the wing by Edwards. Foul on the rebound. We'll see who they got it on. We'll have a timeout here. It's going to be called on Blue 14. Jarrell Montgomery is second. 45-45, 15:05 to go. Fives wild on the scoreboard. Who gets the win here on a Saturday afternoon tilt inside the new conference, the Collegiate Conference of the South? Will it be LaGrange or will it be Berea? Long way to go to decide that. Both teams in the first half shot identical numbers at 47%. Coaches make halftime adjustments. Austin Newton, Berea, Kendall Wallace for LaGrange. Defense is 1, half 2. Berea 3 of 10 and LaGrange 2 of 9. Before the break, the foul trying to get a defensive rebound on Jarrell Montgomery. A second inbounds for Lions. Brings it in. Back into the ball game is Dolhanchik. 3 fouls in the first half. Scott, who retrieved that ball at the end of the bench, retrieved 10 points in the first half back in. Got to spot him. He's 4 for 4 from the field today. Now Cofield to hit his first 2. Scott, Cofield, point. 3 to shoot. Back over to Scott, 1 to shoot. 15-footer baseline, no good. Good block out rebound. Cottle hadn't scored today, but he's gone to the board 6 times. Here comes Mitter. When do one of these top scorers on these two teams get going? Will it be Cottle right here? Nope. Slaps his hands together, not his day. He's 0 for 5 from the field. In transition, Gallus missed the shot on the catch, but right there for the rebound put back is Dolhanchik, the 6'5 junior. He has 5. That is 47-45. LaGrange, they've scored 6 unanswered. Jones out of the corner, raining a 3 in for a 48-47 Berea lead. Jones has been big today. He has 10, his second double-figure game, 3 threes and a foul shot. His other double-figure game, 14 in a road win over Setter College, another good Division III school in the Commonwealth here. Gonzalez takes the 3, leaves it short. Miller the rebound for Berea. 48-47 Mountaineers. Lost in double overtime, a heartbreaker last night where they were playing from behind in the last 10 minutes, made the comeback. Got a lead in the first overtime. A 4 couldn't hold on and missed a shot at the buzzer in the second. Come back from 4 down at one point. Minter bad, one-handed pass there. Had the pressure of Lions, and then Minter came back to pass, to foul. That's the kind of turnover you just can't have. And Minter had one right there. He's had a 1 assist, 2 turnover day. He has only 9 points. Cottle gets a breather here. They'll bring Ham back in. Also back in with a 8-point first half. Bryce Riley, the freshman from Bardstown, same high school as Jarrell Montgomery, who stays on the court. Berea goes into the zone again. Played a lot of it in the comeback last night. Looks like a typical 1-3-1 this time, and it works as poking the ball away is Jones, stolen by Montgomery. Montgomery feeds it to the corner to Riley. Riley comes up the near side. Got good size, does Riley at 6'3", and a good frame. Al Minter, you know he's hungry to find something here. Going to shoot the 3. Missed the 3. He's not a great three-point shooter in his career, 27%, and he missed one there. He's 2 for 5 today, though, pretty good. And there's a slap-down foul to the baseline and a bounce pass, trying to close out Jones, picking up his first foul. 48-47 Berea, back into the BC lineup. Starter Boggs at pivot. Jones out. Black, backup point guard, who had that 3 assists first half, will replace Miller. Top 2 scores for Berea on the year combined for an average of 42 points between Miller and Cottle. Today, they've combined for 9, all by Miller. Cottle does lead with 6 rebounds. He stays on the bench. Miller takes a swig from the water bottle at the end of the bench. One-handed, leave it short from 12, Cofield. Throw over the defense, caught by Ham, but he has to circle away. Couldn't get it to the goal. Closeout defense, his number mate in white, 10 Hill. Good give off to Black, scoop it up, no. Tip up, no. Running the rebound down, Riley from Boggs, and Riley put it in. Riley double figures for the third time this year. And it is 50-47 BC. Deep three to tie it. Back iron no good, but an offensive rebound pulled down Scott. And this time the three is good off the wing by Dolhanchik, if I spotted it right. He has 8 and we're tied at 50. Back in fourth we go. We were tied at 39 at halftime. Backdoor cut off Riley. 5 Montgomery, 3-ball no. Follow Boggs, and he put it in. Boggs only one double-figure game, 10 against Warren Wilson. He has 7 today. Floating fire on the baseline, no. Follow dunk by the big guy, Zach Hill at 6'4", springing up for his first field goal. Their second leading scorer. We're knotted at 52. Montgomery, one-hand bounce, Boggs, back to the basket, back to Black, down low to Riley, turning, tough 15-footer air ball. May have gotten a piece of it defensively, Cofield. Here comes Scott, clear it out high to Lyons, foul line, dribble the handshake to the goal. Playing with 3 fouls, he's to double figures for the third time, and he's had 33 points in 2 games here on this road trip to Tennessee and Kentucky. And Austin Newton sensing a little bit of a LaGrange run like they did in the first half when they went on an 18-4 run to wipe out an 8-point Berea lead. He'll call a well-placed timeout here, 54-52 LaGrange. Eight ties, 7 lead switches. And shooting has gone way down here in the second half for both teams after they both shot 47% in the first half. Berea, 6 of 18, and LaGrange, 6 of 19. They're still almost identical stat twins. LaGrange 21 of 51, Berea 21 of 50. LaGrange in the second half, 1 of 6 from 3 after starting 6 of 11 in the first half. Berea, well, they've struggled again for the second game in a row here in their home court. 4 of 15 from 3 in the first half, 1 of 8 in the second half, 5 of 23, 21.7% for a BC team that enters this game at 29.6 on the season and added 14 of 28 three-point shooting effort in their last win on the road over Campbellsville, Harrodsburg. 10.5 to go, 54-52. LaGrange, Cottle back in for BC. So is Mitter. Been low scoring. Edwards, their top scorer, was 6. Here's Ham stepping into a 3, right wing. And Ham with 5. Been a good weekend for him. That is our 8th lead switch to equal 8 ties, 55-54 BC. This is Edwards, their leading scorer. Top to Dolhanchik. Back over to Scott, who has 10. Dolhanchik does as well today. Now the guy in 10, Hill, goes low to Dolhanchik, missed it, got the rebound. Who'd they get the foul on? They're going to say he was going back up. There was a bump by Cottle, but he won the fouler. It was the slap-down reach that was called on Anthony Ham. Berea's been called for 6 fouls this half, LaGrange with 1. Interesting that LaGrange has only been called for 8 fouls today. I think it's been extremely well officiated. Not saying anything about stripes and whistles, just saying interesting. They've only had 8 fouls today. Berea has had 10. Coming into this game, LaGrange averaging 18.6 fouls a game. That's 348 out of 413 teams in Division III. And they've had 10 disqualifications. Now, Dolhanchik has 3 of their fouls, and Hill has 2. But Dolhanchik has been aggressive here in half 2. Timeout, 9:49 to go. Berea, 55-54 to lead. The foul shot's coming for the Panthers after the teams break the huddle. Last year, these two teams played a tight one here in Berea. BC losing to LC, 87-83 after getting blown out down in LaGrange earlier last year, 85-66. Minner had 30 of the loss here. Chance to tie, and it's wide and left, no good. For 89% shooting, Cooper Dolhanchik out of Peachtree, Georgia. He had been 24 of 27 before that miss. Back to prop up his great shooting percentage, hitting it to tie it at 55 in the second one. He has 11 and 34 so far on this road trip to Maryville and Berea. 55 all as we go down the stretch with 9.5 to play. Minner rings one up. Boy, if he gets hot, watch out, guys. Here he goes, and that'll be tough for LaGrange. 57-55 BC in a 9-tie, 8-lead switch game. Berea plays defense up by 2. Will they fall down by 1? You bet they will. 3 by Dolhanchik. That's his second of the half, and Dolhanchik has given his team on his 14th point a 58-57 lead. So 9 ties, 9 lead switches, make it 10 lead switches as they drive inside and get the field goal to answer, and it's 59-58 Berea. This one has been back and forth all the way. Biggest lead, Berea 9, 6-point lead. The biggest for the Panthers, left side corner. Scott hit the 3. His third of the day. They're finding their 3-point shooters. After Cottle got his first points of the day on a driving layup. Back-to-back threes, and BC down 2. Cottle took it down to the 9-minute mark before he scored. Now Montgomery, free throw line extended in front of his own bench. Crossover dribble, finds the shooter in Ham, who will drive it. Tried to throw it back to Montgomery. They don't get back to get it. It'll be an easy layup for Edwards. Bad turnover there. Leave the feet and throw it away. And like that, the 3 and the turnover. And Berea finds itself down 4. Montgomery, left side Ham. Ham working in on Dolhanchik. Dangerous pass back to Montgomery to reach out to get it. Montgomery circles to the lane and draws the body shove. Just a half step slow, and Scott trying to slow him down, used the shoulder. First on him. It's just the second on LaGrange. We're underneath 8 minutes, 7:46 of the clock. LaGrange has had a push here with a pair of threes, with a 3, actually 2 threes in a row, and then a turnover for a layup. And Berea from 59-58 ahead. It's given up 5 in a row and trails by 4. Who's going to have the better stretch run? We're going to find out soon. Down to the lower right-hand part of your screen, the huddle of Austin Newton, head coach at Madison Southern High School right here in Berea, Kentucky for 4 years after being an assistant at Eastern Kentucky under Jeff Neubauer for 7 years, and under Travis Ford at UMass for 2 years. Combined his high school and college record at a 72-61. Coaching against veteran Kendall Wallace in his 12th year, a graduate of Maryville College where he played. He's 166-130 and went back and beat his alma mater. His team did last night. They're trying to round out a fruitful road trip north from LaGrange, Georgia. First foul shot rolls in for 79% shooting Jarrell Montgomery. If he hits this one, he'll be to double figures for the 6th time in 15 games this year and cut it down to a 2-point game. Montgomery drills it. 63-61 as Montgomery reaches 10 points. And a whistle sounds and a timeout called. And it goes to the team wearing white today, the Panthers of LaGrange College. They were the USA South Conference West Division champs last year, 16-10. They went to the NCAA tournament 4 years running from 2014 to 2017. These two teams will return the game to LaGrange, Georgia on February 10th. It's a Friday night game. Berea College down 63-61 to LaGrange. LaGrange comes in 9-5, 1-0 as they opened conference play last night with a 88-84 win over Maryville, shooting the ball very well. Almost 63% from the field, 43% from three. Meanwhile, Berea lost a double overtime heartbreaker. Smith has come back in a starter. Lyons is out on the court. Cofield's back in. Scott. Lyons. Scott. Deflected out, going out on the passing lane to tip it out. Ham. Shot clock reads 15. Game clock 7:30. Scoreboard says LaGrange by 2. 63-61. Neither team shooting well this half. Berea does have it up to 43%. LaGrange to 39. Out of the corner, Smith trying to raise that average. No, springing high for the rebound. Ham. He's done a good job today. That's his first rebound. He has 2 assists. Boggs and Caudle lead Berea with 6 rebounds apiece. On the other side, 8 rebounds for Cofield to go along with 10 points. They have 4 players in double figures. Berea has 4 as well. Most points on either ledger, 14 by Dolhanchik, and 11 of them this half. 7 minutes to go, down 2. BC plays in front of their bench. Jones for the lead. He's had a hot hand, but that one won't go in the three-point shooting, letting Berea down again. They're 6 of 25, 24%. They stay down 2. Driving into the paint, turning in trouble, stripped away by Black, and a late whistle there. Where did that come from? Wow, late whistle. They called it on Ham. Looked like he got all ball. He thought so. The bench did, but the official's the only one that counts. Second foul on Ham. The guy reacted because the whistle was so late. The ball had already been slapped away. They were diving on the court, and then the whistle sounded. 15 on the shot clock. Throw over the defense, catch midair and miss it. Just a little bit off balance for Hill, who only has 3 today, his average 14. Another chance to tie or go ahead for BC. 9 ties, 10 lead switches. Will this be the 11th on this possession? Coddles trying to get through 2, tipped away, got it back, got him on the arm, puts it up, count it. He hadn't scored until the 9-minute mark of the game. He comes to the forefront, the married 5th-year guard. Cottle really plays more down at a power position there. We're tied at 63. So 10 ties. Will this be the 11th lead switch? Cottle, 56th in the country from the foul line at 85.7%, 84% career shooter. Now with 1,351 points in his career, and he got that. Mitter, by the way, is just 8 points away from reaching 1,000 points in his 3-year career. Cottle completes the and one. 10 ties, 12 lead switches, and a turnover. So Berea fighting back after they gave up 5 in a row, went down 4. BC scored 5 in a row, goes back up 64-63 at 6:05. Black comes back to the bench. Cottle, Jones has returned. Mitter has returned. Montgomery. They'll play on with Scott and Lyons up top defensively. Smith tracks Jones. Come to meet at Ham. Round left, Cottle. Wing left, Montgomery. Wants to hand it back to Jones in a crowd. Got it back. Shot clock at 12. Now Mitter. Going to go to your star. Mitter bounces it to Jones. Got it back to Mitter. They tried. Tipped away. 3 on the shot clock. He had to whip it up. Montgomery left it just short. Just couldn't quite execute. Lyons the other way. Throws it corner right side. Passing up a 3. Scott. Lyons. Left corner Edwards. 16 on the shot clock. Down 1 LaGrange. Lyons whips it back high left Edwards. Looks low. Skip pass to a shooter. Right flat Smith. Couldn't make him pay. Cottle had a touch on it, and they tipped it out of his hands. Team rebound because of Cottle's good effort. Cottle with 6 rebounds and 5 crucial points here down the stretch in the last 4 minutes. 10 points Montgomery, 11 Mitter. 10 by Riley and 10 by Jones. A pair of subs with double-figure games. On the other side, Smith with 11, sub Cofield 10. Cofield actually started, didn't he, today? Yeah, he did, so he's not a sub. But Dolhanchik has come off the bench, and he has a team-leading 14, and same thing for Scott off the bench with 13. Their top 2 scorers have been bench guys. Cottle didn't hand it off, waited for Mitter to skip by, got it to him. Mitter knifes to the goal, missed it. Cottle rebound his 7th, put it back up, and rolled it in. Took a while for Cottle to come to the forefront of this game, but boy, has he. And Berea has scored 7 in a row. They've had an 8 in a row, 7 in a row, and a 9 in a row. Turning in the lane, bouncing 3 times in the flange, and dropping for Edwards. Edwards, who had 30 earlier this year against Birmingham Southern, gets to double figures for the 14th time. 66-65 BC, 4:20 to go. Getting tight now. Cottle drives through traffic to the cup. Isaac Cottle, never doubting. 68-65. They drive in on Montgomery, powering it to the goal. Had his head down and going to the hoop for his 2nd field goal. 5 for Lyons. It's 68-67. Pace picking up. Urgency for both the Mountaineers and the Panthers. Cottle, where's he going to go? Going to drive. Flipped it through the lane to Boggs. Probably not a good decision there. Boggs dropped it. Turnover. Crucial one. 8th of the game. To the goal for the lead. In transition. Twice in a row. Cameron Lyons roaring his way to a LaGrange lead of 69-68 after Berea had scored 6 in a row. To go up 3, they play down 1 with 3:23 to go. Mitter backs it away near the timeline, guarded by Lyons, who's feeling the road comeback. Now Boggs back to Mitter. Mitter will shoot a 3. It was a low liner, not a good one. Barely got it to the rim, 2 of 6 from 3. Just left it short. Playing 2 games in well under 24 hours and coming off a double overtime game. All these guys are going to be tired. Here's a 3 off the wing. Good splash. Didn't mark his shooter. Breakdown defensively there. Scott has hit 4 threes today. 7 in a row. And a 4-point lead with 2:44 to go for LaGrange. Good drive to the baseline. Montgomery reverse. No on the reverse, but he is fouled, slapping his hands together. Knew he got beat a step. Brody Scott. So Berea scored 7 in a row to go from 4 down to 3 up. But Berea has now, after they had a 3-point lead, been outscored 7-0, and they trail by 4 with 2:38 to go. Both teams go to their huddle. Get ready. We've got a scintillating finish ahead of us here on the Berea College Sports Network. Berea College out of this timeout has brought Bryce Riley back into the lineup. He'll play with Boggs, Ham, Montgomery, and Black. Those are the guys that Austin Newton has in front of him on the bench. You really can't see in your camera shot there at all, but now you see him breaking away from the bench. See who they're going to bring out, just the guys that were sitting down. So it's an offensive type of team. And remember, there's going to be foul shots here for Montgomery. Trying to get it to a one-possession game. 79% shooter from the foul line this year. He's 2 for 2 today, and in 3 games for the sophomore from Bardstown, the 2 last year and this year, he is now 9 of 10 from the foul line. 72-68 LaGrange. They come out with Scott, who's hit those 4 big threes. Came in a 45% three-point shooter, and they've left him open too much, and he's made Berea pay. Here's Montgomery. Missed the foul shot. Got to have this one to get it within 3. Back to Smith. Check that. Scott today, he has come off the bench and got 6 of 8, 4 for 4 from 3. Montgomery rattles the second one in. He's at 11 points. And it's a 3-point game. Stops a 7-0 LaGrange run. 72-69 Panthers. Berea goes trap half court. Dangerously got it out to Lyons. Corner left to Edwards. Flipped it in the lane. Blocked by the high-rising Montgomery. He's got hops for a 6-foot player. And Montgomery had it tipped away. Coming the other way. Euro step. Shot no good, but they called a foul on Berea. And Austin Newton upset he didn't get a foul on one end. They got it on the other end. And the foul is on Black. Said he shoved him with the arm. First on Black. Well, Montgomery got the great block, and in transition, he lost the ball. Berea didn't get the call they wanted. LaGrange with 4 fouls this half, 12 for the game. They average 18.5. And a foul shot good by Zach Hill. 59% foul shooter. He has 4. He's their defensive leader. 73-69 LaGrange, 2:13 to go. Boggs, Black out, along with Ham, Caudle, and Mitter, and Jones back in. So defense gone, offense in. 2:13 to go, and one more shot here for Hill to make it a 5-point game. He got them both. Berea went 1 of 2. Hill goes 2 for 2, and Berea, they've had 2 6-point deficits. They're in a hole here. They had a 66-63 lead and a bad pass by Berea. And the layup the other way on the steal by Cofield. He's in double figures. Their 5th player, 76-69 on a 13-3 run down the stretch for LaGrange. They let Montgomery go, and he missed the runner. Rebound pulled down by Scott. Minute 43 to go. Back in the first half, they had an 18-4 run. Edwards shot at the cup, blocked by either Riley or Caudle. Couldn't see by my position. Now Mitter. Berea, big trip here to try to fight back. Mitter floats a pass to Jones. Hand in the face 3. No, 3-point shots just won't fall for BC today. Second game in a row, 6 of 27. And in transition, nice bounce pass, Edwards to Hill. He has 7 and a timeout to LaGrange. They have put the pedal to the metal here. They were down in this game, 68-65, and they have gone on a 13-1 run to close it out with 1:10 to go. Remember when they were down 9 early in the first half, 11-3, make it down 8 after Berea scored 9 in a row. They went on an 18-4 run, and they've done it again here down the stretch. And Berea has hurt itself with missed shots and turnovers. They had that great block from Montgomery. It was a one-possession game at the time. Coming down court, he lost the ball just past half court. Berea bench wanted a foul, didn't get it. And on the other end, they fouled, and Hill hit a pair of foul shots. Been a team effort today for LaGrange and their head coach, Kendall Wallace. He has 10 from Edwards, 11 from Smith, and 12 from Cofield, all starters. But He has 30 of the 78 points from 2 bench players. Olhanchik with 14 on 5 of 6 shooting, 2 of 2 from 3. And Scott off the bench, 16 points, 6 of 8, 4 of 4 on threes. Open threes. Knockdown shooters knock them down, and they have today. 45.5% shooting, 10 of 22. Berea has 4 in double figures. Forecourt Black, backdoor cut to Ham. Down to a 7-point game with a minute to go. 78-71, does Berea foul or play defense? Long pass, dangerous. Down the side to Edwards. Now they're going 4-corner look. Edwards into the lane, passes it out right side to Cofield. 16 on the shot clock, so now you don't want to foul. Get that ball back if you get a stop, just above 30 seconds. Corner right side, guy that shot him well today, shot blocked. 2 on the shot clock at the buzzer. It hit the rim, and last touch by a Berea player, Cottle, and that is a backbreaker. You play a great defensive effort. You get a shot block, but that ball barely hit the rim. It did, and then you can't get the rebound. On the inbounds, now you got to foul, and they come out and do on a 75% shooter in his career, Cameron Lyons. One and one here. 8th foul on Berea. Only 4 fouls so far today in half 2 on LaGrange, so they can be extremely aggressive, up by 7. And hitting foul shots to close this one out. Panthers just 27.8 seconds away from going 2-0 with 2 road wins here in their first year in the Collegiate Conference of the South. Both of them good for Lions. Good foul shooting for LaGrange today, as they are now 10 of 15. Black over left side, Montgomery. Montgomery goes to the lane, hits from 13, quick timeout. 80-73 LaGrange, but a 7-0 run, part of a 13-3 run from 68-65 down to 78-69 up. 13-1 run make that. Is going to be the difference in this one. 80-73 LaGrange. Austin Newton calls a timeout. Going to need a steal on the 3 quick and a little bit of magic here. Berea came in with that double overtime loss. They've got to be tired here today. You can see the substitution pattern that they've tried to play a lot of guys. 20 minutes Mackey, 34 Montgomery, 27 minutes by Minner, 20 by Boggs, 30 by Cottle. He's just a warrior. He comes in 34.5 on the year. Or actually, 34.5 of the year. That's 17th most minutes per game, all players in Division III basketball. 13 points Montgomery, 11 Minner, 10 for Riley and Jones. But when you add up what Minner and Cottle normally do, averaging 43 combined, they're at 20 today. Berea did a good job on the leading scorer for LaGrange, Edwards. Edwards sits at just 10. What they were not able to do is stop the shooters. And drilling threes today, Cofield early, and then Scott and Olhanchik, especially in the second half. And 10 of 22 on threes today. Inbounds, and they'll quickly foul the guy that just hit 2 in a row. They had no choice. 13.9 to go, and Lions tried to lock him down and get a steal there, but unable to do it. We stay 80-73. These two teams meet again down in LaGrange, Georgia, Friday night, February 10th. LaGrange will go to 10-5 of the year, 2-0 in conference play as we've opened this weekend. Berea drops to 0-2, 8-7 overall. Cameron Lyons running the show today with 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and only 1 turnover, and he's knocked down all 3 of his foul shots to make sure Berea can't make a comeback. 81-73. LaGrange by 8. Tried to equal their biggest lead of 9. Berea's biggest lead early was 8. Got them both. But again, you go back to an 18-4 first half run and that 13-1 run when they were down a point. Down 3 points, actually 1 point. Berea gets late layup by Cottle to double figures for the 15th time in as many games, and a foul with 7.2 to go. Well, Austin Newton will tell you, he takes over this program that had fewer wins than they've already had this year. Got a good complement of players back, but they got to learn to win. And sometimes down the stretch, those are the learning experiences that you hope you see as the season progresses. Jones waiting to come in after the foul shot. These are guaranteed 2 shots now. Just 4 fouls on LaGrange this half. 12 for the game, well below their average of 18.6. Cottle leaves. One more here for Cofield to hit those open threes early. That one rattles out 82-75 as he missed them both, but there's not enough time. Got it over to Jones with 2 seconds to go. He'll miss the 3 on a 3-point shooting day that left Berea out in the dark again. 6 of 28 from 3 today after doing the same thing last night where the 3-pointers wouldn't drop for BC. They were really struggling in 3-pointers last night as well. 6 of 36, and today they go 6 of 28. And so what a road trip it was to Tennessee and Kentucky. Go north and snatch 2 victories, and that's exactly what Kendall Wallace's Panthers did, winning at his alma mater last night by 4 and winning today over Berea 82-75 as they put 6 players in double figures. The bench was tremendous. Scott led all scorers with 16 points, 6 of 9 from the field, 4 of 4 from 3, and he was 1 rebound away from a double-double. So was Cofield with 12 points and 9 rebounds. Meanwhile, Berea ends with 5 in double figures, nobody with more than 13. Berea drops to 8-7 on the year and 10-5 the record for LaGrange College. We hope you enjoyed it here on the Berea College Sports Network.